In the last 2 years and a half following the nationwide protests, there has been little or no accountability for human rights violations in Iran.
During its mandate, the mission consulted victims and civil society actors about their expectations.
Their call for truth and justice was loud and clear.
Many victims have no confidence in the Iranian authorities to bring an end to impunity. We're seeing highly disturbing patterns of victims and families seeking accountability, being intimidated, threatened, and harassed by security forces and the judiciary.
While the primary responsibility to ensure justice, truth, and reparations for victims lies with Iran, the government, for the most part, continued to deny responsibility for the violations that occurred during the protests.
In the face of the lack of effective access by victims and families to justice, truth, and reparations in Iran, the mission made a number of strong recommendations on accountability.
Third states should establish jurisdiction for crimes committed in the context of the protests and the Women Life Freedom movement in Iran and against Iranians abroad, including on the basis of the principle of universal jurisdiction.
In close consultation with victims and Iranian civil society organizations, consideration should be given to establishing a victims fund aimed at providing individual, collective, or hybrid reparative measures to Iranian victims inside and outside the country.
The international community should also continue to support initiatives for the realization of victims' rights to truth, in particular in the form of creating investigative bodies and supporting civil society initiatives or truth commissions.
It is important for the international community to continue to accompany victims and survivors in their pursuit for accountability, including truth, justice, and reparations.
Today, we welcome the adoption by the UN Human Rights Council of a resolution extending and expanding the mandate of the fact-finding mission on Iran. This next mandate will be able to support efforts for accountability for Iranian victims at the international level and also in third countries.
The mandate can receive requests for assistance from competent international and national authorities, as well as from legal representatives of victims engaged in legal proceedings.
In accordance with UN procedures and international law standards, the mandate may then share its evidence and analysis on violations and crimes and responsibility for those.